Hello and welcome to another episode of One Shots with DM Misha and some of our crew. We're going to be playing Frozen Sick today. Last time we left off, our group had just reached the cave, along with their dear guide, Steven.
Oh yeah, and also last time, one of our friends, Wool, has decided that he would admit to committing crimes. And now he is a wanted criminal. So let's see how that one plays out.
Not very well, I'm assuming. But anyway, so you guys approach the cave. The mouth is dark and it's about maybe 10 to 15 feet across in most places, and you can see the inside of it is very, very dark. No traces of light available at all. I do believe that Havu, you have dark vision, right?
I do.
I'm not sure if War does. Let me check him.
I don't think I do.
Wait, hold your breath. No, you do not have dark vision, War.
I mean, I didn't think I did. I'm literally a turtle.
Yeah, well, I mean, some things that you don't expect have dark vision. Alomiak, do you have dark vision?
I have no idea.
I'd assume so.
Or blind sight?
I think that mimics have blind sight.
Also, are you telling me that Nibby can't see in the dark?
Possibly. Let's look it up.
I'm sorry, just what Rob said. I was like, wait a minute, Nibby, I thought had had the dark vision.
I'm looking right now.
Watching the stream in the future. Alomiak's a mimic, by the way.
We already... Oh yeah, we didn't. Whoops, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Can't tell me anything!
It's all good.
Delete the stream, restart!
God damn it.
Attack thieves.
No, it looks like mimics have dark vision 60 feet.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
And I have a lot of mimics.
Yeah, no. Halflings do not have dark vision.
Huh.
Halflings are the halfling I am is lucky, brave, has halfling nimbleness, and naturally stealthy.
So are we saying that Nibby's not really a halfling then if he has dark vision? Maybe he's a mimic in disguise.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, we'll have to find out sometime later on this adventure.
Or a doppelganger.
The next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe he's a
Wait a
vampire.
minute, this is an anime?
Nibby's actually a doppelganger or a changeling. We don't know yet.
Dun dun
Could be.
dun.
I don't think there's actual stat blocks for doppelgangers in 5e though.
Ow, ow, ow. My kneecaps. Fuck my knees. Anywho. Alright, so yeah, the only person who can see is Havu, Alomiak, and Steven. Steven's an elf.
Cool, lead the way. Actually, I won't be able to see you lead the way.
However, I think a couple of you have torches.
Do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Avu has a bunch of candles as well, but she's not going to proactively tell anyone that.
Do either of my two characters who are unable to see voice the fact that they can't see to anyone?
Hey, I can't see jack crap here.
Havu looks ahead at War and is just like, really? It's as clear as day.
It's as
That's
clear as
just 'cause you have night
afternoon.
vision. Don't oppress me.
Well, even with dark vision, you still see in like grayscale, so like color is lost.
She's mocking war.
Also, Havu's a reptile. Do they see in color?
They're humanoid.
Maybe
They're
she
not
sees in thermal
entirely.
imaging.
Well, then, that water up ahead is showing up really, really blue for you.
Okay, she's got a coat. She's fine.
Sure.
And she goes, Steven, do you see any of your friends?
And Steven's kind of like at the edge of the water and he's like peering into the darkness. He's like, no, but I see the plank that we used to cross and it's leaning on the wall on the other side.
Does anybody have a plank?
I'm trying to look through my equipment now, if I can find it. There it is. Oh, great. I have some rope. I can tie it to one of my knives and see if the knife sticks into the plank over there, and then just tug on it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start trying to do that, but I'm gonna need a little bit of light. I can't see this plank you're talking about.
Both of you can't see. And she just sighs to herself, thinking, must I do everything? And gets her candle out and lights a candle. It's like, is that any better?
It's a little bit better, but it's a candle and the water is about 25 feet across.
I think a more proper torch would be appropriate in this situation.
Also, with an 18 perception, Cat, you do notice every once in a while a bluish head breaks the icy surface of the water. Large bulbous eyes peering in your direction before vanishing beneath the waters once more.
Finton now will grab the candle nonetheless, and you use the light from the candle to start tying the rope to a handle of the dagger.
Olomiak pulls out his hooded lantern, offers it out to Havu to light via candle. So now we have a lit hooded lantern.
Now you've got plenty of light.
Thank you very much. Is there anything I have to roll to tie this rope to the dagger?
It'll be just a general sleight of hand check.
Oh, this shouldn't be a fail.
What do you say?
16.
You definitely tie the rope to the dagger.
Alright. Also, I meant to ask this. I heard you croaking. Does Finton hear this?
Oh yes, it's echoing in the cave. There's like a lot
Okay,
of
so
croaks.
it's kind of been persistent.
Yeah, the whole entire time that you've approached the cave and been inside of it, you've heard croaking.
Okay, so yeah, and then he was distracted with and he'll ask did any of you see anything? That croaking is very disconcerting.
Sorry, I was reading Olomiak's note.
Oh, I can't see it. What did they say?
Olomiak watches Fenton trying to tie the rope to the dagger, lets him do that, then pulls out and offers a grappling hook.
God damn it.
Because haha.
Do I see this?
Yes, he's offering it to you.
And I could have said something, right? Thank you. He'll take it anyways, a little bit dejected, yanking it, thank you, Olomiak. Maybe
Olomiak
say
shrugs.
something next time.
Olomiak shrugs. It's funnier this way.
And then, I was hoping to use Dex with the dagger throwing it. Can I still use Dex with the grappling hook?
Yeah, it's still Dex with the grappling hook.
Okay.
And to answer your question, Finton, Hava goes, well, I have seen a blue head come out of the water here and there. Stephen, do you have a friend who is blue?
No, but the frogs are blue.
Huh, I saw a frog.
There are a lot of blue frogs in this world.
Well, there's a lot of blue frogs in this cave. Place is infested with them. But they mostly listen to Hulil. Not so much me, but they usually don't attack, uh, people who are supposed to be here. But you're not really supposed to be here.
Are they intelligent enough to know who is and who isn't supposed to be here?
They're intelligent enough to know that they get fed if they attack people who aren't supposed to be here.
Or how can they discern which one's which?
The people who feed them are the ones they don't attack.
So
Have you ever
basically,
fed them?
we're just F.
Yeah, I've never fed. I mean, I've fed them. I've fed them a lot of things. He shudders.
Alomiac
Can
pulls
I
out
insight
rations.
that? Can
Yeah.
I insight that shudder?
Alomiac pulls out rations, tosses into the water. I am belong now.
Go ahead and roll insight, and Alomiak, as you toss those rations into the water, there's a splash and kind of a rushing of movement as two tracks snake alongside each other as two giant ice frogs slither over to eat of the rations that you have thrown out so generously. Go ahead and roll an animal handling check.
By the way, my insight's a 5, and I was gonna wonder, do I still have chicken or grilled squid left?
I mean, you probably have some grilled squid left. Nobody wanted to eat that.
I wonder
I'll
why.
eat it.
Poor half.
So you're gonna eat my friend from high school? How could you do this?
You murdered people. What is problem with eating food already gone?
You're a sick frick. This is coming from me, the murderer.
Great, says Steven. Yeah, with a 14, the frogs eat your rations up hungrily and then sit in the water in the shallows, large, blue, covered in sort of a slushy, slightly viscous substance, and they stare at you, Olomiak, croaking.
You make
But
friends. Good job, Alomiak.
Alright then. And then you just said straight dex.
Yep, straight dex.
Alright, no proficiency.
I don't
let's-
believe you're proficient in grappling hooks.
Alright, so we all roll dex, I presume?
No, just Finton. He's throwing a grappling hook.
I am going to
Oh,
double
okay.
check my proficiencies actually. Oh no, it's not. Unless you count cook utensils or thieves' tools.
No, neither of those
I have
are a grappling
cooking
hook.
utensils.
Ah, darn.
Okay, dex check. Oh, fucking hell. Good thing it has a rope. That one.
You
5.
are definitely screwed.
Okay.
It has a rope. It was just a throw. I was holding the rope in the other hand.
Yeah, so here's what happens. So Finton, you toss the line out, but you're startled by the sudden splashing entrance of these giant ice frogs that are gobbling up Olomiak's rations. So your shot goes high, very high, slamming into the long jagged stalactites that are in the ceiling above and causing several of them to fall. The frogs are going to make dexterity saving throws, as does Olomiak, Steven, and Finton need to. Havu and War, you're thankfully back far enough that it's not going to affect you.
Ah, hell
Did you say
yeah.
I also had to make a dex save?
Yep.
Okay.
Ah, that frog's good.
Nice job, Alomiak.
Fuck!
That frog's
9.
not good.
I need to refresh this page.
Steven.
Well, isn't that just great? We're all gonna die.
Yes.
You know, for the kids.
Okay, I have that down. Steven. Oh, god damn it, Steven. What did you get, Fenton?
9. That's a success, right?
I
Right?
don't think it's a success. We are probably all going to die.
So,
Me, for sure, almost.
Alomiak, and one of the frogs, the one closest to Alomiak, managed to, dart back from the stalactites that fall from the ceiling in their direction. Steven, the second frog, and Fenton all take 5 piercing damage as a stalactite falls on them.
Ow.
Ah! Says Steven. Says the giant frog and angrily looks in Fenton's direction.
Who's practically impaled to the ground right now.
Yeah, let's everybody roll initiative.
Okay, will do.
That took out over half my HP.
Yeah.
Well, I am very...
Don't forget to click on your character before rolling.
Can you do
Oh,
that for
don't
me?
worry, I did
Yes, I will
not
do that for
forget
you.
jack crap. The only thing I did forget is for it to be an actually good roll.
Okay, you're a turtle.
Turtle.
Hello! God, my voice! I tried to do the Mind Turtle voice.
That hurt my ears. I am
I'm
dying.
sorry. My voice, it sucks right now.
Turtle.
Turtle.
I couldn't do the Mind Turtle impression.
Not too turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
Shut up.
A turtle.
You know what that's from, right? Well, I don't know the rating of that movie, so maybe you don't.
He does
Master of
not know
Disguise?
that one. No. That is correct. That is what it is from.
Master of Disguise.
You should be healed. All we
Mm,
did was leave the village and come here, so
Yeah.
you had rested at night.
Yeah, you rested at night. You are fully healed.
More exactly, I escaped the popos.
Yes, you escaped the Popos.
Them coppas didn't know what was coming.
No, they did not. Because they did not expect the person to admit to all the murders.
Okay, when you put it that way.
They expected to have to do their job a little bit more,
Thoroughly.
Efficiently?
purposefully. I don't know how to.
They expected to interrogate me, let me
They
guess.
expected to have to do their job instead of just being like, "Oh yeah, totally, that was me, killed them all."
Yeah.
Everybody
All I
did.
was
Notice how the
mass
murderer did
genocide.
return
Don't worry
to the
about
scene
it.
of the
It's not a
crime.
big deal. Committing mass genocide's fine.
Genocide.
No, it's not. We are not Putin. We do not commit genocide. Putin commits genocide. I will say that.
We're not making this political, but yes, Putin commits genocide. Anyway. Sending. All
And pretty
right.
much the point of fighting is to commit genocide.
No, it's definitely not. We're gonna get off of that subject and back onto Dungeons and Dragons. So
Okay.
anyway, speaking of great joys, Alomiak. Steven. Steven is up first. Steven is going to let's see, what's Steven going to do? Steven is going to try to move away from the now enraged giant frog. He's gonna disengage and huddle over here. And that's going to be his turn.
Wait, I fucked up. Too
Yeah,
late though.
Too late. Alomiak, you're up.
Oh. Oh shit, I could have used my lucky trait. Fuck.
Too late now.
I forgot I even had it. I'm not asking it to do it now.
Frog in
But
front of you is good, yes, Alomiak. It is other frog which is much angry. Oh god. Alright, so Lomiak scooches over towards Finton, and Finton, he's attempting to rifle through your pockets to find a death pepper. Do you, one, have those, and two, let him?
a what pepper?
The kind that you use to flavor your chicken, I am assuming.
Oh, yeah,
ghost
I'd
pepper?
probably have that.
Yeah.
Ghost pepper. Ghost pepper.
Yeah, do you let him do that?
Does he say what he's looking for?
I don't know. Do you, Lomiak? Olomiak is grumbling. Ice, death pepper, hot, melt, sure, why not?
Confused, but like, oh, yeah? Yeah? And then, yes, let some. But very confused, not really fully hearing. I just heard, ghost pepper? Yeah? Well, sure. That's all he really heard.
Alright,
Since
so
they were grumbling.
so Lomiak, you grab a ghost pepper out of Finton's cooking satchel. You are now in possession of a ghost pepper. What do you do with it?
These ice frogs are gonna learn fire breath.
Waves it around like a stick. Here, frog! Get it, frog! Get food! And then he's gonna chuck it at the anger frog. Go ahead and just make a general dexterity check for me really quick. Okie dokie. So, yeah. It goes sploosh into the water. And the frog does kind of glance in that direction, kind of shrinking away because he just got hit by a stalactite. So he's not really happy about things coming at him at the moment. And now he kind of turns his slightly aggressive maw in your direction too. Dun dun dun. Alright, let me ends their turn there. Finton, you're next.
I don't think I have anything to help me right now. Very hurt. Inventory. Just trying to look at that. Yeah, no, I don't got. I got nothing. Is he still prone or something, or is he good?
You never fell prone. You were upright the whole time. You just got slashed by a falling stalactite.
Ah, okay. I have no. I will hold my action to see if they attack me and attack if they try to attack me
Okie dokie.
with a with my crossbow.
Okay, you are in melee with this creature.
Oh, okay. Did not realize that. With my rapier, kind of just like holding it like in between me and the frog, but like good froggy.
Good.
But ready to
froggy,
attack if I
nice
need to.
froggy, little ball of slime. Happy froggy, sleepy froggy, let's commit crime. Habu, you are up.
Good froggy
Predator's weapon, yes. Exactly. Habu, you're up.
Habu probably is like, what is wrong? Why are we fighting with each other? Let's go across, and is probably going to step forward and say, Froggies, go swim. We need to cross your water. And try to convince them to not attack us and go away.
Well, do you speak frog?
No.
Um,
But they're smart frogs because they learn from food.
They learn from food, but you did not give them food.
I throw a chicken leg that I took from Fenton the other day in case of emergency, and go get this chicken and throw it kind of behind them, not at them, but kind of like go get it.
Yes, Goldsmar. Yes,
Your chicken bones should be good for frogs.
definitely should be good for frogs. It's fine. Yeah, alright, throw straight up dexterity to see how far you can chuck it. It falls directly behind that frog, who, although he does not swim away, does turn around, very interested in the chicken leg. That was the non-combative frog, so more offers of food definitely make him happier. He will probably try to eat that on his turn.
And if frog try attack, she gonna spit poison at him, but she's just kind of like, go get the food, go eat, and just kind of like trying to shoo them away.
Yeah, the one frog, especially given Lomiak's former 14 animal handling check, is very responsive to food. Plus, he didn't get hit by a stalactite, so he's not exactly upset at the world like the other one. So he's definitely interested in your chicken leg, and he's probably gonna go for it, but it's not his turn yet. And next up is the angry frog.
I got a question.
Yes.
Because I don't normally play rogues, but I know they have about a lot of bonus actions, but I don't know what level.
Mm-hmm.
Can I bonus action dodge?
I don't believe you have it at the level 1.
Okay.
Level 2 is cunning action.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, it's now the frog's turn.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, giant frog. He's gonna make a wisdom check to see whether or not it would behoove him to continue with his aggression. That is a 12. He kind of looks at how many of them there are and kind of looks behind him at the chicken leg that got thrown in the water. And he's gonna disengage and eat the chicken leg. The other frog croaks angrily and kind of turns back to the group because he got his chicken leg snatched since he couldn't get his turn fast enough to get it. So the angry frog has turned away and gotten a chicken leg, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw now because of what that chicken leg was.
Does he get advantage because now the chicken's being washed?
No, that's not
It
how.
is watered down. Like there's less sauce on it. There's less sauce on it now.
Also, you're like drinking a lot of water with it, which I think would help to.
Well, if anything, that would hinder because the sauce would have filtered into the water around it.
So now he's blinded? Is that what you're saying?
No, he made his Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
He lets out a kind of half-distressed croak and then, like, makes some large open and shut mouth movements before swallowing, but manages to get through it without having to take damage or becoming blinded. Now it's the one who didn't get any food's turn. He turns back to you, Havu, and he looks at you expectantly for more chicken. He's going to hold his action. War, you're up. What would you like to do? Jason,
Yeah.
it's your turn. What would you like to do?
What do you think I would like to do?
I think I know what you would like to do. You have watched your party members effectively sort of subdue the frogs, though. They are not currently attacking anyone.
I think this might be my perfect time
To do what?
to kill.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I will say that your party mates are currently in your way of any melee attacking.
They have provided a good distraction, and now I'm ready to deliver on the murder.
Alright, so here's what'll happen. If they are willing to allow you to, you can briefly step into their space to make an attack at a frog. But they have to be willing, or else it's a strength contest.
Who are you going to try to step into the square with?
I'm thinking of going near the. So.
You're getting cut off, Jason.
Alright. I was thinking of going directly forward.
So that's Havu's square. Does
Yes.
Havu allow you to step into the square?
I don't know, does she?
Havu is looking at this frog and going, "I don't have any more chicken. I gave you all I had." And then Turtle Man comes rushing forward and kind of shoves her out of the way, and she's like, "Fine, if you have chicken, then feed the frog," and lets him step in.
Alright, War.
Oh boy.
Fenton's gonna die.
Alright, make your attack, War. I think that hits, but let me check. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, that hits. Holy hell. So you just see War, and he steps in, and he's like, "Yeah, I got some chicken for you." And he just slashes downwards with his axe and lops off one of the frog's legs as it croaks wildly in distress. Which makes the other frog pay attention. He's like, "Ah!" However, that frog was holding his action to try to swallow something, and well, you're not a small target. Yeah, never mind. He can't do anything with that. He's trying to swallow a chicken leg, and you're way too big to be a swallowable person. Alright. You will have to step back into your own square, though, or force Havu out of hers with a strength check. Okay.
Oh, so I'm gonna need to do. Wait, didn't I already attack the frog?
You attacked the frog, but you had to step into Havu's square to do it. She allowed you to step into her square, but you either have to take a step back now that you have made your attack and take an attack of opportunity from the frogs, or use a strength check to literally shove Havu to the back. In which case,
I think I'm gonna go back just to be safe. So then, I can have a shield.
Yeah, about that. So, attack of opportunity from both of the frogs. So does 15 does not hit you. The other frog's gonna attack now. 13 does not hit you. Both of them try to bite you after you've slashed this guy's leg off. And they both fail terribly because you've got fucking AC out the wazoo because you're a turtle!
You dumb little pieces of...
Who does her poison spray because she was holding it in case something attacked her.
Alright, which
Or
one
These
is...
attacked,
things are
basically.
all dumb.
Well, she was focused on this one, so I assume it would be... No, she was focused on Angry Frog. That's right. She was focused on Angry Frog, in case he attacks, and then this one wanted extra food, and it's like, I don't have food for you! But this one she was focusing on because this one was the aggressive one.
Mm-hmm.
Considering I did say I was also holding my action in case. I did say
Yes.
I was attacked. Does this still count?
I would say you can say it was until something attacks someone.
Okay.
So I'll let you do that. The frog does make his constitution saving throw. He rolled an 18. I love Yak repeats himself from earlier. What the hell?
There wasn't a the in there.
What hell?
I rolled a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. However, the frog does make his constitution saving throw, and your poison misses him. Or rather,
And
it falls on him but does nothing.
I rolled 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage. Both of these frogs look like they are equal measures of hurt right about
Wait.
now.
Question: sneak attack? I got ally
it's-
5 feet away from my target.
He's also not looking in that direction. Now he is.
He also was not looking in that direction. That is correct. Yeah, sneak attack.
Okay. So that's an additional 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's a dead frog.
Well, time to have some frog legs. Who's ready to cook?
Sounds like a plan.
They
Hey,
actually sound
someone's
quite
with me.
delicious. No, as soon as you said the frog leg got sliced up, that's immediately what went to Fenton's mind. I was like, ingredients.
Large
Let's grab
ingredients.
our herbs
I was gonna
and
say, how big
spices
are
and
these
let's
frogs?
cook this baby up.
Amphibian on amphibian crime. Wait, turtles are reptiles.
Yeah. Are you trying to call me a frog?
So is Havu. Two reptilians.
Are you trying to offend us?
Two reptilians don't make a right.
You're being racist.
Well, that
Why are you racist to us?
anyway, it's Steven's turn again, and he's like, nope, nope, nope. And he's gonna try to run away. He is in melee of both Finton and Alomiak if you want to make attacks of opportunity on him. Yeah.
I was gonna say gonna grapple.
Alright, that's a contested strength test. And Steve was like, no, not again! Oh, shit! He makes it this time! That's a 17 versus your 15. He gets out. He rolls. He keeps running. Finton, do you attack of opportunity or do you let him go?
I will attack of opportunity because now I see fish ingredients.
I'm talking about Steven, not the frogs.
Oh, Steven.
Steven's trying to run away.
Oh. Can I, like, attack of opportunity but try to grab his sleeve instead?
Yeah, that's a grapple. That's a contested strength check.
Okay.
Steven could be fish ingredient for fish.
Fish food.
Oh, damn! I actually rolled good. 14 minus 1, 13.
He rolled a 10. So while Lomiak doesn't manage to grab him and pull him back in again, Finton, you grab him like by the back of the shirt and he's like, ah! And he gets yanked back and falls on his ass.
He gets horse collared, goddamn.
Basically, he's like, why won't you just let me leave?
No, you are supposed to vouch for us. Stop being a little coward.
I don't want to be eaten by a frog.
No, we'll do the eating.
That's the end of Steven's turn. Lomiak, you're up.
But not the end of Steven.
Not yet.
Steven could be fish ingredient for fish.
I'm
No,
shaking.
no. And Lomiak not let Steven get eat. Also, too cold. Steven freeze. He pat Steven. And, I mean, may as well follow smack. Going to hit the froggy. Hit the froggy.
Yep, that hits. Great Axe just materializes behind a Lomiak while he's patting Steven and just swings on its own. Frog lets out a surprised croak, and you lob off another leg. He's got 2 legs left. He's not looking happy.
It's the rear legs. The rear legs are where all the meat is. Hind legs.
I think we could probably get a decent amount of meat off of their front legs too, though. They are big.
Anything else for your turn, Lomiak? Alrighty. So, the frog is still alive. It's on its last legs. Finton, you're up. This one is
Considering there's not really any space for me to get up to the living frog. If I were able to pull down, is the grappling hook still in the water on the other side or wherever it landed?
It landed like right here in the water. It's only like 5 feet from you. You can reel it in as a bonus action and throw it as an action if you want to.
Okay. If I pull it down, where would the plank land?
That depends if you hit the plank at all. And I would probably see how good of a hit and a tug you do before I would make that determination.
I guess I'm asking where should the plank land?
Where you want it to land is directly in front of you because that's the shortest part of the water that you would want it to land at, so you could walk across the plank. That's where you would want it to land.
Okay, cool.
May or may not be where it does land.
Yep, no, well, he's not planning for where I don't want it to land. I'm planning for where I want it to land.
Okay, well, that's where you want it to land. You gotta roll dex to see if that happens.
Yep, and he's gonna bonus action retrieve the grapple and then action throw it. Nat 20! 24.
Alright, you hook onto the edge of the plank, give it a yank, and it a large splash as the plank strikes the water. It's now got one end embedded in the shallows, yep, right there, and the other end on the other side of the shore.
Okay, that's how it is. And then he will, like, I think he'll just move 1 square down because he does want to grab those frog legs. but I have no more actions.
Okie dokie. 1 square here, you mean?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Havu, you're up. There's still a frog in front of you, and it does not look very well.
And Havu says, if you just went when I said, we wouldn't have this problem. And then she's going to, grab her dagger and stab him.
It's your fault you're dying. Gosh! Havu hair flip. Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. Ah, that is exactly 1 more piercing damage than you needed to kill it. As you right in the skull.
Only they listen. No one listens anymore.
And you are now out of combat.
Finton's gonna start fishing for those frog legs in front of him.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll me a kind of icy. Roll me a quick dexterity check to make sure you don't fall into the water while you're trying to get those back.
Just straight dexterity.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 15 total.
Yeah, you managed to get the 2 frogs' legs and reel them in. There's also the entire body of the other frog, and then the body of the half chopped.
Oh,
The
is
thing
there
got
any?
me out again.
Is there like some sort of nature roll that I can roll to see if these are poisonous?
That is going to be a survival check.
Survival. 16.
16. They are not poisonous.
Awesome.
They are, however, ice frogs. You know that much. But you get frogs from this cave a lot. You haven't gotten these kind of frogs before, but then again, you don't usually come here in the wintertime. So these are ice frogs. So their meat kind of starting to freeze already, and it's not just the air that's doing it.
I'll see if I can work with these.
Lomiak is now going to reach over, pull Steven to his feet, and plonk him in the space between Fenton and Lomiak. Moves to stand behind Steven. Steven is crying. Steven is just crying quietly, no sound. Only tears. Only tears.
Yeah, Habu was like, Steven, we promised to get you to your friends. Why are you trying to run?
Because they're probably going to kill me when they see me bringing other people here. Also, I'll be right back. I hear a cat meowing in distress.
No.
Seems like something a cat would do.
Somehow the cat got stuck in the bathroom.
No.
Tiny little black void. Nah, Steven good friend now. Lomiak no let him die except of old age.
Don't mind me, I was just going to satisfy my milk addiction.
Excellent.
That's why he's so tall.
That's probably why he's so tall.
I
By the
made
way,
a joke like that to Billy since he's shorter.
I don't remember if I told the rest of you. I know I told Vaughn, but he's in a size 13 shoe now, and he's 12? Like, adult man's 13 shoes.
That's the same size as mine, or some, depending on who makes the shoe, bigger.
Adult Man, size 13 motherfucking shoes.
What? Are you scared that I'm gonna be a tall monster?
I just don't know where we go from here with shoes. Like, 13 was
Flip-flops.
the biggest size in the store, and you're only 12. That means they're gonna get bigger.
Am I Bigfoot or something?
Maybe.
Something I think it's like
Occasionally.
20.
Occasionally, not always, but occasionally I have seen bigger than 13 in Walmart.
I think I'm gonna have to go to the Nike store just from now on. Because I think they have
Wow.
bigger shoes. Because they, like, sponsor basketball and stuff. I don't know if I'm being stereotypical towards basketball players now. Maybe. I don't know. But you've got size 13 feet and you're 12.
What is life?
Specialty store? Okay.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's just the frog. Just the frog. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so the frogs are dead. You have salvaged of their body parts. Their body parts, each of the
Lovely.
legs is about as tall as your body, Fenton. So are you gonna maybe set them aside to come back for later on your way out, or are you trying to carry all of these frog legs?
I will put them near the entrance. And pick them up on the way out.
Okay. They kind of
So-
freeze. They kind of freeze themselves, so they're like pre-refrigerated. So that's kind of cool. They are not going to go bad or anything.
Self-preserving. Lovely.
Habu is going to look at Finton and Steven, and mainly Steven, and go, "Oh, Steven, I believe we need a rest for you. You look a little tired. Let us all take a rest."
I was going to suggest the same. This huge gash on my chest and shoulder hurts really, really bad.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like a you problem.
Next time I'll be sure to hide underneath you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind patching this up. And he points at his shoulder.
And can Havu help patch them up?
Does Havu have something that would help patch them up?
He has the skills to pay the bills.
What skills?
Medicine.
Medicine lets you stabilize somebody. It does not let you give them back hit points.
Oh, that's what the rest is for.
Right.
She was just trying to be helpful to Steven and make it so he vouches for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can like bandage him up and help him during his rest. Alright, so you guys taking 30?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll your hit dice to recover.
See how to do that. Oh, that's not it.
Is anybody keeping watch while this happens?
Of course.
If you're helping him with medicine, that won't be you, Havu.
Okay.
And if Fenton's resting, it can't be him or Steven. That leaves Alomiak or War. Alomiak is just staring at Steven the entire time while Steven sneaks tiny quick glances in Alomiak's direction and then just stares at the ground.
Oh shit.
So, Alomiak or War? I'm assuming not Alomiak if he's watching Steven like a hawk. War, do you want to roll perception if you're watching out while they're resting?
Alright. First, I need to bring up my. I accidentally got out at one point.
I see.
Well, I do not see jack crap.
Yeah, no, you do not. Possibly because you don't have dark
Dark
vision.
vision.
Are you guys gonna keep oppressing me about that or what?
Yes. Fortunately for specifically Steven. Olomiak, as you're watching Steven, you notice how the sweat builds at his brow, tracking down his face despite the chill in the air. You notice how he kind of looks back and forth ever so slightly, extremely nervous, fearful even. It's strange. He's your friend. He shouldn't be so scared of you. You also notice the slightest little bit of hint of blue to his veins.
I mean, don't a lot of people have that?
I know what that means.
But the rest passes pretty uneventfully. You don't see or hear any more. Well, you do hear more frogs, but they sound like they're coming from further in. You also don't see any more of them. Nor, though, do you see any of Steven's friends come to check. You're not even sure if they're home.
Last session, Steven told us that there were no traps in here, right?
Correct. That is what Steven said.
And I can't remember. Did we insight that?
I don't think any of you actually did, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's because Finton was asking it in Thieves' Talk and none of us knew what was happening.
That is accurate.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, you did ask him in Thieves' Camp while you guys were walking away from the town, while War and Olomiak were dealing with the guards.
Okay.
Avu listened intently, but she didn't know anything that was happening.
Yeah. You promised to try to teach her things later.
And Thieves can't.
So she didn't get any of that.
Yeah, so I made promise to Havu, and Havu doesn't even know that. Maybe heard Havu, but that was it.
But anyway, yeah, your 30 minutes passes pretty uneventfully, and you guys have your health back now.
I am in that. I didn't even get to heal all the way because I rolled less than the damage I took.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, let us go. Everyone is fine.
But I am feeling much better.
Alrighty, who wants to go across the plank first? Who wants to walk the
I will
plank?
stealth my way across.
Okay.
Let me get there. Stealthy, stealthy, stealth is going to be a 22.
22. Okie dokie.
Yep.
And
I stealth across, and I want to look around. And oh wait, I can't see shit.
I assume you bring the torch with you.
The
Yeah,
lantern.
but that's also slightly defeating the point of the stealth. So I'll let someone else. I forgot I don't have dark vision, so I would have let someone else go ahead of me.
Okay. Then
I would have let one of the
go.
dark vision peoples.
who wants to go first?
Havu will go.
Havo, please make me a dexterity check to get across the bridge. Alright, Havu, you are carefully walking along, and about when you get to the center, you feel it wobble a little bit and pitch to the left, and you are now falling towards the icy, icy water. And you plunge into it with a splash, and that's at the point that you discover it's about 10 feet deep. And you're going to need to make me a Constitution saving throw. All right. All right. So yeah, you make a Constitution saving throw, and you manage to shiver your way out and onto the beam and get over to the other side without further incident. But you are sopping wet.
And Havu looks very unhappy
Mm-hmm.
and is like, well, she looks around first to see if there's any enemies. Sees nothing. Probably.
Well, you don't see any enemies.
Okay, your turn. Get over here.
All right. Well, I was hoping we can do this stealthily, but that's out of the water now.
Ha ha.
um,
And she really debates whether not to push him in as he comes across.
Tempting.
do I need to make a roll?
If you want to use that thing you just rolled for your stealth check and make it a straight up dexterity instead of stealth, I will take that.
That would be for 18, I think.
Yeah, you make it
I
across.
said 22, right?
Yes, you did. You
Yeah,
make
so
it
it'd be
across.
18.
You make it across with no issues.
I assume got the hooded lantern, right?
Mm-hmm. Now,
Okay.
as you come across, and you Havu, there is a path to the left and to the right as you get off the beam. Which side do you want to go to, Havu? Which side did you step into? The one that you're in right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Finton, do you follow suit and go down the path that Havu's in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you step into that area right there, okie dokie. Havu, you rolled perception. Finton, can you roll perception for me?
Yes, I can. 1 second, Rooney. Perception is a 14.
Okie doke. Finton, you hear some squeaking and notice some movement up on the ceiling, and you tilt the lantern to shine in that direction. And you see several, like maybe 20 or so, tiny beady eyes looking back at you. And that is the point where the swarm of bats swoops down. And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative again.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Don't forget to click your character before you roll.
Oh, finally, mine wasn't a piece of crap.
You did forget to click your character though, so I will have to input that manually. There we go. Dang, Lomiak is beyond ready. Let's see how ready Steven is. Not at all ready. Good effort, Steven. Do 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 do. Alrighty, let's get a bat token on the field. Alright, now you gotta roll. Oh no, I did the thing. Now I gotta reload again.
Dun dun dun.
There we go. Whoops. Alrighty. So, I think we got everybody on the board.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome
Sorry, I
back.
missed whatever just happened.
Well, I accidentally,
Killed me.
yeah, sure. I killed you. Murder. Murder, I say.
Ever since that black dragon.
Ever since that black dragon, I've been thirsting for the blood of the innocent. But anyway,
Reveal.
Alomiak, you get to go first. You hear some squeaking over from the other side of the ramp, but you don't know what's going on yet.
Remember, you are protecting Steven as well.
Yes, protecting. Side eyes.
I have Cheetos. I forgot. It's exciting.
What are these Cheetos? How do you make them?
Oh no, they're magic.
You must teach
Delicious,
me your
delicious
ways.
Cheetos. Alomiak, knowing they can't watch Steven and go help, is going to quickly turn to Steven and clasp him by the shoulders. Look, me know you no like, but you have cold death disease. You die soon if no cure. We find cure. Stay with, okay? Am not try hurt, and promise. And he's going to Naruto sprint across the bridge. Alright, before you Naruto sprint across the bridge, please roll persuasion on Steven. That tracks. Oh, track. Bye. All right. Super inspiring speech. Yeah, no, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, you get across no problem. Your feet barely touching the plank as you ninja run across. Cue up some kind of really cool rock. Oh, you're dashing. Okie dokie. Then I'm going to need you to make another dexterity check for me as you dash across that particular cave floor. let me double check that he's still there. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, yeah. Your foot skids a little bit on some kind of slimy white substance that's on the floor of this cave, but you manage to keep your footing. And that's going to make it the bat's turn. The bats are going to attack the source of light, which is Finton. Love you, dear.
Yay.
An 8 doesn't hit you, right?
No.
I hope not.
I just saw the persuasion roll.
Yeah. No, the bats come darting and diving in, but they're veering off at the last second as the light shines at them. They are not happy with that light. But they just managed to miss you because they're kind of disoriented. Which brings it to your turn, Finton.
You said they're a swarm of
They
bats?
are a swarm. They are a swarm of small brown bats.
Actions. Hmm. Oh, that's how I can roll sneak attack. That's so much more helpful. Okay. Do I have torches?
Yeah, you have torches. You're also holding a lantern.
Yeah, but the lantern isn't really what I want it to do. Yeah, I have torches. Can I light one of my torches
You can do that as an action, yeah?
as an action?
Yeah. Because you'd have to
Do,
put down the lantern, take out the torch, take flint and tinder, and strike it a couple of times to light the torch up. So that's an action, not a bonus.
Instead of flint and tinder, would I be able to use a lantern to light the torch?
That's
If
a
I
good
could
point.
shorten it to a bonus?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, cool. Then I will swing against the bats with a torch.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be more effective than a rapier swarm.
Well, that's going to have the statistics of a club. So go ahead and add a club to your inventory and roll on that.
Mm. Going to the club. Do. Actions. Actions. Oh, this is. Okay.
You do have advantage on the attack because it's technically flanked. Lomiak's over there on the other side of the swarm.
Okay, so that is the first roll was so much better. Better. 13.
Let's see. What's your DC? Yes, that manages to hit.
Okay.
Put their AC instead of their HP there.
And then
No sneak attack.
is
though.
it no sneak attack?
They were focused on you. You can't sneak attack things that are focused on you.
Okay. Even if it's flanked?
Alert! There is a cat on my desk.
Excellent. Yeah, no, even if it's flanked, you're not the one behind them. They are focused on you, and they are attacking you because you've got a lantern and now a torch.
I wouldn't be able to anyways. It's not finesse.
That too, but also, even if it was finesse, you would not be sneak attacking them. They are literally in front of you.
Okay. Each combat, I feel like sneak attack is different from. I don't know. I'm not understanding it.
Yeah, sneak attack is kind of a situational based thing. If you are not hidden or they're not distracted by something else, you're not getting sneak
But
attack.
also, just by the wording of it, by the way, 3 damage. I don't know if any fire would be.
Yeah, roll an extra d4 for fire.
Ooh. Okay. 3 bludgeoning, 4 fire. I rolled 2 4s on 2d4.
I said 1d4.
1d4 for the club and
Oh.
1d4 for the fire.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, alright.
That's what I assumed. That's how that worked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Alrighty. So you swat out of the air approximately 7 bats with your club as you flail it about.
Cool.
And they fall to the ground. Split, splat, sploot. Look, more ingredients. Anything else for your turn, Fenton? Roasted
Bonus
bat.
action, right? Not really. I don't think so. I don't know how I could move that would be helpful to me or my party.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm done.
Alright, War, you're up. You're still on the other side of the plank, back there, along with Steven and 2 dead frogs, but you can hear something going on in the cavern up ahead across the plank. You can't see very well because the light has gone with them. What do you do?
I hear murder. I want to commit that as well.
Alright.
But I can't see.
You can sort of see the light up ahead. There's a slight glow from the torch currently. Go ahead and make a dexterity check as you cross the bridge there. It's going to be, let's see, based on where he's at. Yeah, just a straight up dexterity check to get across the bridge. Oh, that's good. You make it, you can make it to the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 20. What's your speed, War?
30.
Speed is 30. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can make it to this square right here with an action, but you will be balancing on the beam when you're done. Or you can dash to be on the other side.
I'm gonna dash to be on the other side.
Okie dokie. So you dash to be on the other side. That does mean that you can't make an attack just yet, though.
Oh man, I see murder right here. All I need to do is commit it.
Yep, that's all you need to do. Maybe on your next turn, though.
That is if everybody else doesn't do it before me.
Alright, now it's Steven's turn. Steven's gonna go ahead and make a quick wisdom check. Oh, Steven.
Okay, as I was saying before, Mins is literally on my desk like he owns the place or something. He's acting like he's the king of my desk and that he needs me to give him pets before he can get off.
So, contrary to Steven's better senses, he tries to make it across the bridge. 5, 10, 15. It's at that point that he slips and y'all hear a sploosh.
Is at that moment he knew he messed up.
My Steven! He's gonna need to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, he's pretty good though. He manages to scramble shivering back onto the beam, but he's gonna have to stay there because he doesn't have any movement left after getting back up again. And he's shivering and shaking and sopping wet. Probably not. Probably not the first time, no. Havu, you're up. There's a swarm of bats assaulting Fenton. What do you do?
She hears Splash and is like, "This is why we can't have nice things." And she is going to I mean, the attack that has done so well so far.
Is it poison?
It's poison.
I see. Well, let's see. Bats don't have a lot of constitution, so maybe.
And there's like 40 of them, so maybe she can hit one of them.
That is a 10. They do not make their constitution saving throw unless they're resistant to poison.
Probably disease.
Oh, shoot. They're resistant to bludgeoning. Well, not as many bats are dead as you thought. Just gonna add 2 more points back to that.
That was originally 3 points of bludgeoning.
Yeah, 5 bats are dead from your attack, Fenton.
2 of them were just shadows you thought were additional bats.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't see very well, so accurate. All right.
Also, I'm going to have it where she spits it at them because she's snake.
Spitting cobras. Yeah, 8 bats die to that, though. They are not resistant to poison. And so now you only see about 9 or so bats harrying Fenton. Alomiak, you're up. Are you using one in each hand, and do you have the 2 weapon fighting property for your character? But oh dang. Well, that does not hit the bats, unfortunately. In your rage, you flail wildly at the bats, but you not manage to hit them. I'm coming, Steven! And yep, there will be an attack of opportunity on you. That's an 8, though. I don't think that hits. And you rush up to Steven, who's lying shivering on the board. Cold. Cold. You do not have to strength check him because he is too cold to resist. He is engulfed. Cold. Yes, pathetic internal organs, human internal organs, very susceptible to temperature changes. Shh, pat, pat. The swarm of bats, now reduced to 9, is going to mill about in a very skittish manner and attempt to flee. They are going to disengage first. 5, 10, 15. How far can you fly, bats?
Way
30
further than
feet.
15.
Not just making sure, because their swarm was more than halved. I wasn't sure if it reduced their speed. 20, 25, 30. They make it to about there. Fenton, you're up. The bats have fleeted.
I'm sorry? The bats what?
The bats fleed. They fled. They fledded. They
Oh.
disengaged and flew away because there was less than half of them left and they got scared.
They flew fled.
They flew fed.
Okay. Okay. My turn?
Yeah, they're currently flying back across the water towards the entrance of the cave.
Then I assume that they're GTFOing and look around this little cavern we're in with a hooded lantern.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go? There it is. 13.
13? Alright, so with a 13 perception check, you notice that this floor is absolutely covered in bat guano.
Yeah.
It is covering every single inch of it, and you are actually about half an inch deep in bat guano. It's deep enough that it's kind of piling up about your shoes.
And also not the good kind that people use for, like, coffee.
No, not that kind.
Okay.
Not that kind at all. That is all that you notice about this room, though. And it is at that point... Boop, boop, ba-doo-doo. Havu is not happy her tail is covered in poo. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be either. It is at that point a crossbow bolt. Ah, first nat 1. Actually, no. Sneak attack, so attack of opportunity. Yeah, okay, yeah. So he would
Wait, what?
have advantage on that one. A crossbow bolt shoots out and strikes Havu, because I believe a 21 hits.
What gave a advantage on it?
Sneak attack. He was stealthed, and you did not notice him with the perception. Is going to hit you for 7 damage, Havu.
Oof.
I'm very, very confused on sneak attack now. Because I feel like you're doing a homebrew version. I was gonna ask you after game.
You know, I'm not doing a homebrew version. You did
It
not.
sounds like it because sneak attack is added if you have advantage.
So sneak attack is not always added. If they know that you're there, it's not a sneak attack.
Well, I was looking at D&D Beyond, so that's why I'm very confused. That's what I was going to ask after session.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. I kind of worded that wrong. He's not sneak attacking. He doesn't have additional damage. He is surprise attacking. He is attacking you surprise attack.
Okay, yeah, no, that's what I was like. I'm so fucking
No, it's
confused.
not the
at how
rogue ability sneak
like,
attack. It's a surprise attack.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Sorry, that was a little bit confusing. Do apologize. All right, so yeah, that's 7 piercing damage, and let me get him on the board now. He rolled a 13. Sorry, not 13, 15. The other guy dude rolled a 13. You're the 15 boy. Good. Okay. There we go. And that's his turn. But now you do see him, now that he's done that. Havu and Finton, you can both see him lurking down at the edge there. Havu, you can see him more than Finton can. He's basically at the peripherals of your vision, with your lantern there.
Havu points and says, "Not nice."
Not nice at all.
We were bringing your friend.
And it's Steven's turn. Steven is going to stay put where he's at because he is very cold. And he will.
Wait, so we're just gonna skip my turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, War. I accidentally hit the next. It is your turn. I am sorry. It is your turn, War. What would you like to do? You did just see a crossbow bolt come out of the darkness and hit Havu from down south here.
Wonder what that was all about. Oh, damn it, the murder I was about to commit's already dead.
There might be more murder. A crossbow bolt did just hit somebody.
I mean, I
Havu
guess.
point and yell at person.
Well, anyway, I guess now that that's settled, maybe we should proceed.
It's not. A crossbow bolt just came out of the darkness down here and hit Havu.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got a little brain dead there. Oh, hey, there's a guy over there. I'm gonna go talk to him.
Havu's like, "Yes, talk to him with your axe."
Surely. Well, let's see if I can actually do logical reasoning. Hello, sir. How is your day going?
So as you approach down there, let me just open it up. You don't see very well because you didn't take the torch or the lantern with you. But you do see there's actually two people here. One of which is reloading a crossbow, the one directly in front of you, and the other.
Oh,
What?
it's Sparkle.
You don't have a lot of rogue figurines. Yes. And the other one is readying his scimitar. You're trespassing, boyo.
Oh, I see how it's gotta be.
Is there any chance that I could free action speak, or is that my turn?
You can yell as a free action, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, no, I also had something else coming up, so my attention was quite divided. When I heard a crossbow hit Havu, I would have been trying to go like, wait, in common. And then in Thieves' Cant is like, we're here to parlay, we're not here to attack you guys, wow, I went out of character. Wait, we're here to parlay, and we came with one of your compatriots. I understand there was a misunderstanding, and he's here to speak for us, or vouch for us.
Okie dokie. That's about as much as you can get out on a free action when it's not your turn.
Yep.
Anyway, back to what I was doing. Listen, Mr. Sir, man, if you're gonna be like this, I'm gonna have to get not so friendly with you. Capoosh?
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. Alright, that's intimidation. Okay, let me see. Alright, yeah. So, Fenton's words coupled with War's bulky frame does give this guy a pause to hesitate as he's reloading his crossbow. And the one behind it keeps his scimitar at the ready, but he's kind of looking warily at you. And the one with the scimitar steps forward and yells in Thieves' Cant back to you, Fenton. Who sent you?
Uh, what was the sister's name that we were helping out?
Dun, dun, dun,
Ogie?
dun.
I believe we were
Hoagie,
sent
and we have
here by one
Steven.
of your acquaintances, and we're here to get some answers.
Togi.
Tolgi, that's it. Yeah. And back in Thieves, kind of like Tolgi sent us. She told us that her sister was out here, and before coming out here, we looked at the shop where a misunderstanding happened, and very hastily unwise actions were taken by both parties.
Roll persuasion.
Do.
And War, you can roll persuasion too, because you were talking as well.
Yes, one of your acquaintances has sent us here to get some answers. I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
15.
Listen,
for
I
me.
may sound like I suck at persuading, but seriously though, one of your acquaintances sent us here, and we're here.
Okay. So with a 15, Fenton, War's 3 kind of fucks a lot of it up. They do still look hostile.
Can I point out we were both speaking in Thieves' Cant?
Oh yeah, you are correct. War, never mind. That is correct. You were speaking in Thieves' Cant. War doesn't know Thieves' Cant. Alright. Yeah, that's what yours sounds like. You're just trying to imitate whatever Fenton's doing. You don't actually know what's going on. Sorry, guys. My brain is not the best today. But yeah. So with the 15 persuasion, they still look semi-hostile, but they are lowering their weapons. And from the corner of your eye, both Alomiak and Fenton, you see another individual emerge from the darkness who has his crossbow kind of trained on you guys. He's approaching slowly. You say, Tolgi sent you, and this time he says it in common.
Oh, hello. Yes, we are here from Tolgi. We have your friend Steven. He kind of fell into the water. So did I.
Hi, Dylan. Steven?
Dylan! In common. I am Fenton, and I was a longtime friend of Tolgi. I did a lot of business with her. Bless her soul. I don't know if you heard, but she got the same disease that was it the mayor, or was it who was the person that died originally?
He's our friend that brought us together.
The friend that brought you together, that you've been through thick and thin, in and out.
I believe he's Algon. Because he's Algon.
He's not the mayor.
Algon. Yes, Algon. Algon. She Tolgi died the same way Algon died.
Isn't she dead yet?
She's also his name was Ergon. His name was Ergon.
Ergon.
His name was Ergon.
Yes, it was a shop owner that was dead already. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Memory and distractions are bad. Memory and distractions are not good. So Tolgi has the same condition that what caused Ergon's death, and she was asking if there's anything we could do to help. And she suggested seeing her sister, which is a name I remember, but
Hulu.
Name that Fenton remembers, but I don't. Hulu. Hulu or something like that.
Hulu.
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 Lil.
Hulu. Sorry.
Dylan kind of eyes you over. He does not lower the crossbow, but he does tilt his head slightly in a beckoning manner and take a couple steps back down this passageway. And he says, "All right, follow me."
And then like
Am I supposed to
up.
be going around and back, or
No, you can follow
Actually,
them.
this time I do want to roll insight. I do not want to walk into a trap without a roll.
All right, go ahead and roll insight.
Also, Havu is like, "You're doing great," or Havu does very well, and she's gonna cast Healing Word on herself.
Okay.
Cause she kind of got hurt.
You take back 5 points of healing.
And I don't insight shit. I rolled a 1 for a 2. Hard to read. Okay, cool. This sounds agreeable. Now, war, this is what diplomacy looks like, and sometimes a better option.
All right, follow me. Steven. Yeah. You stay at least 10 feet away from me at all times. But Dylan, No, you heard me. Okay.
what? Do they have some sort of feud or something?
Now they do. This is out of character.
Yeah, now they do. The two in front of you will kind of motion you forward. The one is putting away his crossbow but keeping a hand on his scimitar. The other one still has his scimitar drawn but pointed downwards as they both kind of back slowly towards the room that they were in, keeping an eye on you but not looking like they're about to make any sudden motions. And your sight actually improves as you approach this room more because there is a small fire going around a number of bedrolls in here.
Oh, I'm finally starting to not be blind anymore. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay. So I see a bunch of... Are those sleeping bags or beds?
Those are sleeping bags. There's a bunch of sleeping bags.
So I see a bunch of sleeping bags and a campfire.
Mhm.
What did you guys decide to camp out in the cave or something?
Yeah, we live here, says the
Oh, okay.
man
that
in
makes
purple.
sense. Wait, purple?
Yes,
This is out of character, by the way.
I figured.
Purple guy.
Yes, dear, purple guy. um,
Like purple clothes or tiefling?
Purple clothes. He's not a tiefling.
Oh.
These are all, well, this guy is a dwarf with a very spotty beard, the one in purple. Dylan looks like he is a half-elf, and the other gentleman is a drow.
Say, how did you guys have come upon this cave, exactly? And did you build your civilization in here or something?
Civilization. This is a camp, kid, says the drow.
Oh, okay.
That's enough talking. We will wait until Dylan gets back with the others.
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing a bit of chatter coming from there. I think I heard his name rolling around.
Havu, as you and Alomiak are walking through that cave behind Dylan, go ahead and make a perception check. Oh, Finton too, I guess. Yeah.
Perception.
Perception.
5. At least these are the bad rolls.
Alrighty. So, Havu, you're the only one who notices it. There is a bucket over here next to a pool of water. And there are 2 slightly smaller giant blue frogs in that water. Dylan does not appear to be leading you towards them, though.
Havu looks over to Lomiak and goes, "There are some frogs next to the bathroom," and points over at the bucket.
Oh, that guy over there, is that the Dylan you two speak of?
Yeah, I'm Dylan. Alright. You lot.
Oh, hey guys, you're back.
You lot need to wait right here. I'm going to go talk to Hulil and see if she wants to see you.
Sorry, we got you. Sing it now.
Make sure to subscribe to the plus version.
Please kill me. Please end. Please end life. Life, please end, please. Please end life.
Havu tries to dry herself a little bit by the fire.
Okie dokie. Alright, Dylan's gonna give a nod to his compatriots, who are going to shift to kind of block these two entrances. And they keep their hands on their weapons and they're watching you. While Dylan,
Havu wants to try to listen as hard as she can to hear, if anything, any conversation from down here.
Alright. Well, you hear, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah, I was thinking of like what I could do while like here, and it's clear they're closing off our end. I guess I would just be percepting anything and that I might be able to. I don't know. Sorry.
Great, Hafu. With a 20, you can hear Dylan blow a sharp whistle. And then there is a pause of about a minute or two, and then a massive splashing sound, and then several more smaller splashing sounds, and they grow fainter before you are unable to hear anything anymore.
So how far away is Hulil from here?
Roll a persuasion check. Steven is like, well, she's about. Shut it, you! Says the dwarf.
I'm just trying to figure out how long we will be waiting.
Oh, you'll be waiting as long as she wants to, buddy, says the elf. And he kind of grins a little bit, and you can see several golden teeth in his mouth.
I say if it's more than 44 minutes, we should leave.
What happens in 44 minutes, says Steven.
Well, that's when we will leave.
Oh, okay. And
There's
Steven
really no
has...
more further thought than that. It was just a time she picked.
Steven has seemed to utterly give up at this point. He's not even complaining as the Lomiac tries to massage feelings back into his arms and legs. It could be the disease taking hold, honestly. Who knows? But yeah, he's very cold. And he's kind of given up a bit.
I was like, also, you're welcome. We brought you to your friends, like we promised.
Yeah, friends. Steven looks very dejected.
Well, you could stay with us if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have 43 minutes to make your decision.
Okay.
Are we permitted to know your two names? And she points to the other two.
And the elf kind of looks at the dwarf, who grunts unhelpfully. And the elf kind of shrugs and says, my name is, you can call me Hakeem. But your name is... Shut up! Okay.
And the other one?
Sure as fuck isn't Butterfly or Acorn, he says, glaring at Alomiak.
Obviously, his name is Purple and Sparkles.
You're off lately.
You two are not very friendly.
To be fair, we're not really paid to be.
You do make a good point.
Yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from.
But I will say, I made over 9,000 gold by being friendly and translating. So, sometimes it does pay to be friendly.
9,000 gold, you say? Go ahead.
She believes it.
And go ahead and roll
And
persuasion.
then I mutter a laugh under my breath.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. 9,000 gold, you say?
Indeed,
Oh.
sometimes being friendly and nice is good.
Oh.
Can I incite this person repeating 9,000 gold?
Go ahead.
I never said I have it with me now, so I'm just saying that out of character, but...
Because I
don't need to insight to hear what they're thinking.
I rolled a 17 on the guy, but also I was aware that this was not 9,000 gold thing that came from war, right?
You never rolled insight on that.
Okay.
At least not that I remember.
I rolled insight and I failed miserably.
Yeah, she failed miserably.
Gold
I don't remember you rolling insight on that. Did you roll insight?
I don't know if you were in the room.
It's perfect scan.
I don't think I did.
Oh
Give me a
yeah, no,
moment, let
you
me
weren't
take
in
a
the
look.
room. You were in the other room fighting the other guys.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. With the 17 though, you notice that drow is looking very interestedly at Havu, and he's fiddling with his scimitar a little bit more than is probably necessary.
Maybe if you were nice, I would share some of my wealth, but I suppose it'll just be mine.
And I can do this. I just realized.
Yes.
Oh wait a minute. I'm gonna DM you. I'm gonna DM you. I thought of something because I'm gonna
Okay.
say it and thieves can't.
You go ahead and DM me, Fenton. And Havu, were you rolling insight?
Sure. Didn't notice anything though.
Nah, he hasn't changed in attitude at all. He's looking at you, he's listening to you, but I mean, that's it. He looks like he believes you.
Well, he should. I'm not lying.
Mm-hmm.
At least you don't.
Lomiak, you kind of get an unpleasant vibe from the dwarf that's up there at the top. He's looking at Havu in a way that you probably would not want a person looking at your friend.
You said I wasn't in the room, right?
Right
so
now.
I don't even know about of the 9,000 gold thingy.
Yeah.
Whatever it was that war gave to Havu, I'm not even aware of that thing, right?
I mean, she's going on about how war has given her something that's worth 9,000 gold before.
I didn't say war gave it to me. I said
Oh,
from
sorry.
being nice, I got paid
Oh yeah,
that much.
that is correct. You
I
said
never said I had it with me. I never.
Yeah. But I wasn't there when this happened. Actually, this might be the first time I'm hearing about it. Then.
Yeah, so you might not even know who gave it to her.
Okay.
Are you still DMing me with something, or?
I think so. Yeah, I do want to. That's just changing what I say.
Okay. Holomiak fighting with himself.
Damn, I need to write this down first. Sorry. 4, 2, 1, 20, 29. All right, now I'm typing.
Also, while they're like staring at her and she's completely oblivious, she's gonna just pull out like a little pouch, and I can probably just imagine them both being like, like, what is that? And then she just starts snacking on some rations.
Yeah, they definitely do like zone in on that pouch really quick until they find out that it's rations.
That's what I say. It was gonna be a little bit more nefarious, but
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
okay. Considering I don't know as much as I thought, realized 14.
Okay, I'll take that into account.
Basically, at that point, I'm just really trying to prevent an altercation.
Yeah. So, the drow kind of looks at you, arches a brow, and kind of rolls his shoulders in a shrug, and then looks at Havu and says, You know, you don't look all that well. You look tired. Why don't you lay down on one of the bedrolls and take a rest while we wait for them to come back? Your friends can watch over you, I'm sure. And I'll be guarding this entrance, and my cohort will be guarding the other. So, you don't have to worry about anything bad happening. Here, you can use mine. And he points at this bedroll over there. It's clean. I washed it yesterday.
Well, see, look how friendly you are now. But again, we will be leaving in 38 minutes, so I don't want to get too comfortable.
Well, 30 minutes is definitely long enough to take enough of a rest to heal from that crossbow bolt that my friend so rudely shot at you.
It was very rude. And she's just going to sit in front of the fire and warm herself and not lay down and just take a short rest in front of the fire.
I DM'd you again.
Okie dokie. Ah, I see. Yeah, no, definitely an ulterior motive there.
I was like, did I notice a healing word Havu casted?
I don't think Havu was sneaky about it. Don't roll those hit dice just yet, Havu.
Yeah, I was gonna say after you guys were done talking, if we do manage to get a short rest in, that's how much she'll gain back.
Okay, so not knowing how bad Ahavu was hurt originally, or how bad they currently look, I think we're among friends here. We don't need to really worry about laying down. Does 5 Eve have a system where I can like send us like quote unquote secret message through deception?
To who?
Havu.
Unless you already have a language worked out between yourselves, which is not the typical thieves' cant, and considering she doesn't even know regular thieves' cant, I'd say probably not.
I mean, do
Okay.
you know any other languages you want to try with Havu?
To see if they don't know it.
I don't know what else I know, but I was just wondering if there's something that transferred over from 3.5 to 5e.
Not in
Was
this
like conveying
particular
a secret
instance.
message through bluff, which was the old skill name.
Well, I think this would be a combination of deception and on your part,
Yeah,
and
it's
insight on Havu's
it's
part.
yep, that's how it worked in originally.
All right,
It was something
so
along those
if
lines.
you want to roll deception, they'll roll insight checks, and Havu can roll an insight check, and we'll see who figures it out.
Probably won't be Havu.
Um,
Even though she has a +5 for insight, she's been doing terrible at it.
Oh man.
I'm just seeing if there's
Wonder
a
if
thing
Steven
for
can
it.
figure it out.
I mean, there's also the oldie but goodie, pass her a note.
Yeah.
Or whisper to her.
Shit. Deception 10.
Okay. Havu, insight?
Oh. She's paying attention.
Have another chicken wing. Message engraved on the chicken wing. No, I don't need any. Oh, maybe I am hungry.
Um,
So yeah, what do you say, Finton?
it was I was trying to say like maybe we don't really need to like take a nap or anything. I can snack on some rations, but I think that's about it. Misleading others through ambiguity or telling outright lies.
So what were you trying to convey to them? Because they've definitely rolled high enough on insight to understand you.
Convey that as like don't like not safe, because it has to be a simple idea.
Okay, so you're trying to convey to them that it's not safe.
Not safe to rest.
Okay, so you're trying to tell them not to rest.
Yes.
Okay. Fortunately, it does not look like your two captors have picked up on that.
Okay.
Or rather,
Cool, because I rolled
guards.
really bad on the deception.
Yeah, they rolled natural ones, so both of them. I don't know how.
Is there anything else you needed to sneakily say? Because they're not paying attention.
No, they're too focused on Havu right now, and they're just eyeing her up, checking her pouches with their gaze, kind of just like trying to figure out where the 9,000 gold is.
Okay. It's definitely significantly more vague with deception described in 5e than in previous editions. But it's just something that is a very unused mechanic in the older editions. I thought I could try to bring through.
Alrighty. So anyway, you guys settle down to try to catch a quick, uneventful 5 minutes while you wait for an answer from Dylan and Hulil. And it looks like things are going to be going pretty swimmingly well. Go ahead and everybody roll perception checks for me.
A nat 20.
Okay. And War, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Alright. So, Alomiak, you're too focused on trying to make sure nobody sneaks up on Havu and keeping Steven warm to really notice. But, and War, you're kind of looking around at the different the different. Sorry, my brain died a moment there. Bedrolls, seeing if they have anything valuable that somebody might have left there that you could just like grab real quick, maybe. And Havu, Fenton, and surprisingly, Steven. All of you kind of notice that the drow, who's currently leaning on the wall here, starts whistling softly to himself.
Can I do a intelligence check or something, because there was a whistle and then there was splashy splashes over here, like he called frogs, and now he's whistling, and I know there's splashy splashes behind him, even though they're not splashing yet, but I know there's frogs there.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be?
For that's gonna be just a straight up intelligence check.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not making that connection. Anybody else who
Yeah.
heard the whistling, aka Steven and Steven and Fenton, you can make that intelligence check if you want.
Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Okay. Okay, not my worst. Better than strength, and I succeeded on that earlier. Ooh, 13.
13. Okay, and Steven.
Tweener.
Steven should get advantage because he knows
Steven
the
does
whistle
get
thing.
advantage. Steven does get advantage. He kind of straightens and he's going to lean over to Lomiak and whisper
Sorry.
quickly.
Sorry. Just saw what Lomiak said.
He's gonna whisper quickly to Lomiak, and this is about the same time that Fenton, you realize what's happening. He's calling the frogs. And with that, you guys hear two massive splashes and a loud as two large frogs bound from the pool to flank up behind the drow. And the drow is going to say, well, you wouldn't mind sharing the wealth now, would you? And that's where we're going to stop for the evening.
Wait, so my scam was so good that even the bad guys believed it?
They believe it because she believed it.
My scam was so effective
Super
that the bad
effective.
guys even believed it. Holy crap. I think I might have made a mistake.
Yes. Yes, you have. So many of them. All right. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching tonight. Sorry I was a little bit more out of sorts than usual. I had some IRL stuff come up that kind of made my brain go that's been like that for a bit. Apologies as well to Fenton for me accidentally confusing him with sneak attack versus surprise attack. And I double checked, and you are correct, Fenton. You should have been able to add that sneak attack damage because you had advantage on the attacks. You are correct. I am wrong. Yeah. So it's been my brain not so great today, so I didn't give you guys out there the best of sessions, and I do apologize for that. I promise that I will do better tomorrow, I hope, when I'm doing Icewind Dale with the new group. We will see you tomorrow then, about 7-ish, 7:30-ish maybe, dependent on their schedule. We will see you on Friday for Dragons Awesome Maybe Dungeons, and this Sunday is Stratty Daddy Sundays. So we'll see you there to find out what the fuck Nicholas has done. And
remember, don't scam people. It'll bite you in the ass in the future.
It may do that. It may do that. But good night. Thanks for listening. And this one shot will return next Wednesday, assuming everybody is a-okay to do it. Because life sucks sometimes. But we'll return next Wednesday with more of Frozen Sick, while Kalith is on her break for a bit. And for the foreseeable future, it'll be Frozen Sick on Wednesdays until Dungeons and Dinosaurs is back. We love you all, and good night. Don't let the mimics bite.
And also, again, don't scam people.
Unless you're really good at deception. Like war. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye-bye. Make sure to not die.